Hello lovelies, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if it's your first time of stopping by. I said welcome, you're highly welcome. Please consider subscribing to my channel. To my old subscribers, I say thank you very much for all your support. I really appreciate them. So for this video, we'll be making this lovely style for our princesses. If it's something you're interested in, please watch it to the end, and I will see you at the end of the video. So for this style, I'll be making use of this ankara fabric, and my fabric is folded into four because I'm cutting my front and my back measurement to get together. There's an excess at the that side, you see it, that will serve as my zipper allowance. Then I marked out the label on the ankara fabric. So the next thing I'm going to do is to start taking my measurement, and for my half length, I have my half length as 11 inches plus 1 inch allowance for joining. And remember, my measurement is going to start from my center front, just which I just showed you guys. And so for my half length, for my shoulder measurement, sorry, my shoulder is 12 inches divided by 2 plus half-inch allowance for joining. Yes, for this I'm going to add half-inch for joining because my actual shoulder measurement is 12 inches actually. So I didn't add that one to the measurement, and that same 12 inches, 6 inches is what I went down with for my armhole depth. So for my neckline, I went down by 3 inches by 2.5 inches. No, I went down by 2.5 inches. Then the width is 3 inches. Sorry, just look at the video, you're going to see what I'm doing. If there's any mistake from the measurement I'm calling, then I connected the line. Then for my shoulder slope, I went down by 1 inch and I connected the line. Then I too went ahead. I'm going to go ahead and take my bust measurement and all, as well as my waist measurement. All the measurements, they are going to be in the description box. Please check it out. I'm just extending to the lines to the zipper allowance. Then I made a curve for my armhole. Then the next thing I'm going to do is to take my back measurement, and which is 1.5 inches. The width is the same with the front, which is 3 inches. Then I'm going to go ahead and connect this line to meet the zipper allowance, then made a curve for it. And that's it for the marking. I'm going to go ahead and cut it out, and while cutting it out, I'll cut the back bodice first, then separate it before I'll cut because of the neck measurement, and then cut the front one. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Just look at the video, you will understand it. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Please join the growing family. Hit on the subscribe button, give me a thumbs up as you are watching my videos too, share my videos to family and friends. Thank you very much. So for the down part, is going to be in a flay form. For this flay, I'm going to cut out 180 degree flay into two, so I'll be having 3 inches 360 degree after cutting. And my fabric is not up to the length if I decide to fold it in 360 form, so I'm going to cut the 180 into two. So I'm going to measure from where the fabric started down to, I think I have about 11 inches or 11.5 inches. That's what I marked. Then I'm going to measure that place to make sure that it's up to my waist measurement. If it's not up to, I will increase my measurement, and if it's more than that, you want to reduce it, you reduce the measurement. And then you are going to, from that line, I'm going to go ahead and then mark my measurement, which is 19 inches plus my allowance. I think I marked around 21 or 20.5 inches, 20.5 inches. Then I will go ahead and cut this out. Then I'm going to use that same one that I just cut out to cut the back, but for the back I'm going to add allowance for the zipper, which I'm just showing you guys, and every other thing is the same. And I'm going to go ahead and then cut this out as well. So going into the sleeve, because it has is more like a balloon sleeve, so I'm going to cut this in excess. So my measurement is doubled with some allowance. I think is more than doubled for this. So I'm going to mark my sleeve length, which is 7 inches plus 2 inches allowance for joining and for the attachment of this of the elastic. And then for the cap arm side, I went that down by 3 inches, and then I'm going to connect this line, make a curve. If you have a French curve, you can use it for this, but since I don't have, I'm going to use my hand to make this. And I also connected the line to meet the down the starting point. So next thing I'm going to do, since I do not have a lining, I cut out the front bodies into two. If you have your lining, you can use your lining to do this. So I cut it into two, and I did the same for the back as well. I'm going to go ahead and turn the neckline, just the neckline, because it's going to have a sleeve. So I'm turning just the neckline. That's where I'm showing you is where I'm going to stitch down. Then for the design, the net at the front, I'm going to use this white net for it. Then I'm just marking out my neckline. Then from that neckline, I'm going to mark 1 inch or 1.5 inch away from that neckline. Then from where I just marked, I will make a straight line to where to the waist measurement, to the half length measurement, where it's going to stop. That to the 12 inches. And then for the one at the flay side, I'm going to as well cut this out. I'm just trimming it off. Then I'm going to slant this. Then I'm going to measure where the same measurement with the upper one at the waistline, and then mark it on the white on the length on the waist of the flay, and then slant it to meet where it ends. So I'm going to go ahead and place this on my bodice. This is the the back net facing the front of the bodice. I'm going to align this together, then use my other fabric or my lining faces to cover it up, then pin it down before stitching it. And this is it after stitching. The next thing I'm going to do is to notch the round neck, and I'm going to do the same thing for the back as well. Then when I was done, I was done notching it. I turn it to the right side and then top stitch it towards the lining side, and also top stitch the net to keep it in place. So this is it after top stitching the neckline and also the upper the net on the bodice. I went ahead to notch the back one as well and then turn it to the right side before ironing it. Then after ironing it, I'm going to place the two shoulders together. That's right side facing the right side, and then pin it down before going to my sewing machine to stitch the two shoulders down. So after I was done, the next thing I'm going to do is to um arrange the back piece to arrange it together, arrange the back piece together. So I will take out my zipper allowance. Then we are going to go over to the sleeve, and for the sleeve I'm going to remove the label with my iron, then fold the down part. Whatever I'm going to fold, I'm going to fold it boldly so that I will be able to pass my elastic through it. And to pass my elastic, I'm going to pass it with my safety pin. So I attached it to I put a safety pin in it and then pull it through that place. I'm going to stitch the one end of it, then pull it out from the other side and then stitch it down to keep it in place. So this is it. After I was done attaching the two elastic together into the sleeve, the next thing I'm going to do is to pin this down to the bodice. I'm going to start from one end, pin this down at the one end and then pin at the other end. Then I'll continue pinning it down. The remaining excess I'm going to stitch to place it into the sleeve when I'm stitching it. So this is it after I was done stitching the sleeve. The next thing I'm going to do is to place the stitch to arrange the sleeve and the bodice together and then stitch from the sleeve all the way to the half length. Then when I was done stitching that, I'm going to go over to the flay. So for the flay, you can get the center of the flay and get the center of the ankara and place in the two centers together before then pin the other side to make sure that the net is in this at the center, or you can just place it with your eye, then measure it and make sure you have the same measurement at the two sides of the flay. Then I also did the same thing for the down part of the flay. Then I'm going to go ahead and stitch the two sides and also the down part just to keep it in place. When I was done stitching it, so I'm going to arrange the the bodice and the down part of the flay together, making sure that the two whites are aligned together. Then I'll pin this down and also do the same thing for the other side. Then you can see that I have excess from the flay. That's because if there's any need for adjustment, I will see a fabric to adjust, and I will see fabric to adjust the dress for anyone that wants to wear it. So but for the back one, for the back flay, I'm going to open this up one side, open it up to make sure I have a zipper a zipper a z a zipper space there. So once I was done opening it up, I'm going to attach one of it to one side of the front one and one side of it to other side of it. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Then this is, I'm going to use this for my lining. This is bridal satin, but if you have lining you can use it. So I'm going to go ahead and join it together to make a long fabric. And this is the bodice after I was done attaching the bodice to the flame. The next thing I'm going to do is to get to plait this bridal satin to the bodice. And this is it after I was done with it. The next thing you're going to do is to close this up together, to place it together, and then close up the down of the gown, and then attach our zipper allowance. If you haven't subscribed to my channel up to this moment, what are you waiting for? Please hit on the subscribe button. Please do not leave today without subscribing to my channel. Join the growing family. Give me a thumbs up as well. So I'm going to, for the rough edges, I'm going to search this or weave it, whichever you understand, and then turn it and stitch it down. So for the design on it, I'm going to be using this. I have this design for like 3 years now. I haven't known what to do with it, do with it, do with it. But now I think it's time is up now for it. I'm going to be using my hot glue for it. I'll place my hot glue and then attach the design, the trimmings. And when I was done with this side, I'm going to do the same thing for the other side. And this is it after I was done attaching it to the two sides. The next thing I'm going to do is to put a little bit at the center of it to beautify it more. And that's all for this style. I hope you enjoy this video. Please give me a thumbs up if you do. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't subscribed to my channel, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.